West. Oh, girl, you ain't never been to Kansas City. Check this out.
We're gonna jump into it real quick. How did y'all? I'm gonna start with you, CP. How did you meet Big Ray West?
Well, knowing him, he reminds me of a story that we know him from way back with Team Liquid days, when we were going around and handing out CDs and stuff, and he met through that technically. I mean, he remembers it, I didn't, but he reminds me of it that we met back then. Now, as far as musically, we've met. He worked on his song. He did a remix of DMI Stand Up years ago when he sent it. He killed that shit. And then, through T-Bear was on shows with me, and we kind of linked that way. We were in the process when I did a song with T-Bear, about 2 years ago? Feeling this vibe. I was in a spot where I was kind of trying to get back into music because I took a long break, and I was getting back into it. And then, we were going to work on a little EP together, and then just too much stuff kind of happened personally, kind of took me out. It just wasn't mentally right, kind of drifted. For whatever reasons, though, shit's lined up, and right now we in a process of where I'm back working, consistently, and by all means, I wanted to get back what I owed him, which was a EP and even more. So, anyway, we just have a little history here and there, but more recent than long term, but all good.
So we're over at Explicit Studio right now. Tell us a little bit about the project you guys are working on right now.
It's called Kansas City Nights. It's an idea that Ray West brought together to us, me and my boy here, Tremaine, who's part of our little crew, Straight Vodka A&T. He gave us this idea from it's a KC Young Boss feature that we're doing. He got the feature with him, and just brought it together. So he had this vision of what he wanted. Believe it or not, he stopped over and we went through a few beats, and it was the very first one. It ended up being the first one that he picked, and it was my favorite from the first. But I was like, because I'd already started having melodies of it, but I didn't know the words. And anyway, he picked out. No, go back. He's like, I don't even want to think about going to anything else. He's like, just go back to that one. That's the one. Yeah. And that's how quickly it came together. Anyway, we ended up making the song really quick. I wrote the hook there. He wrote his verse. I even said, do you want me to send anything to you? He's like, nah, I got it up here, bro. He just walked out with it. He's like, we don't do it until we're ready to record it. So we ended up later, 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, we had the song pretty locked up. But that's where that one came together. It's all this guy's mind over here.
Respect. That's dope. What are your thoughts on KC Young Boss?
Oh, man, he's a monster, man. He's definitely a monster. Because he was sending me songs, too. He's like, because we were like, some of the songs I was listening to, I was like, okay, will he fit this? And he sent me the stuff he does with R&B. I'm like, all right, man, what's his lock? He's going to murder this one. It was like, it fit. And then, when you hear this song, you're going to understand he came with it, man.
Do you got some other projects you're working on right now?
Yeah, me and Tremaine are working on some projects. We got stuff in the works with T-Bear and just GFG in general. We got some stuff in the works. And then we've got our own stuff we're doing. We're working on some EPs that we're going to try to do where it's broken into segments, so it'll be continuation. So maybe like 4 or 5 songs, and then it goes into a continuation. It's basically like a love story. So it'll start with like the beginning of the relationship, going into the good part, then the bad part, and then the reconciliation. So that's our goal, is kind of have that out sometime in 2025 and break it up into EP. And then at the end of the year, you get the full Christmas bonus. So
that's what's up. All right, we're going to keep it short and sweet. If you were going to give some advice to an up-and-coming MC or R&B singer, what would you tell them?
Trust your own vision. Don't let other people's opinions or other people's music dictate what you are going to do with your music. Always stay true to yourself, and if somebody else doesn't like your stuff, just know there's other people out here that are going to love your stuff. Don't ever stop doing it, and don't change your style to fit in. If you like what you're doing, just continue to do you, and you'll be all right. I mean, just stick to your own lane, and a lot of times people will join that lane at the end of the day.
Awesome. Hey, man, thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
There's no reason to